All right, welcome everyone. My name's Amanda Hicks, for those of you guys that I haven't met yet. And this here is Mr. Aragon. He is our new assistant principal this year.
Good to meet you guys.
And Mr. Aragon is going to translate for us tonight.
Yes. So it's going to be weird going back and forth. I'm sorry.
Did you want to translate what we
Sí. El nuevo subdirector aquí de Sunland, la directora Ms. Hicks, y yo voy a traducir para ustedes también.
Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to start out. I'm going to bring up Miss Crawford, who is going to talk to you a little bit about PTO and some of our election process and some of the volunteer opportunities.
Entonces va a venir la señora Crawford, que es una maestra de nosotros, y va a hablar sobre las oportunidades que tenemos nosotros dentro de la organización de padres y maestros.
For those of you guys that don't know Miss Crawford is our fabulous instructional coach. Some of you guys, kids might have had her. She was a second grade teacher last year, but we are very happy. She's trying to get our PTO up and going, and she's doing a great job. Mm-hmm. She also just helped if you went to Peter Piper night. She helped organize that, so she's doing a great job for us.
All right, so welcome you guys. Thank you for coming. We just want to, the PTO is Parent Teacher Organization. And so the whole goal is that we're building a connection between you guys, the families, and us here at school.
Entonces, bienvenidos a la organización de padres y maestros y la meta de nosotros principal es subir las oportunidades que tenemos nosotros y ustedes para involucrarnos más en la escuela.
And so with the PTO, there's 4 positions that are open for officer positions. So we would have a president, a vice president, a treasurer, and a secretary.
Entonces son 4 posiciones, el presidente, el vicepresidente, secretaria y encargado de fondos también.
And so if you are super passionate and want to be one of those officers, please let us know, and we will host an election at the next Cafecito, so that way we can have you guys helping us here on campus.
Y si quiere ser parte o quiere involucrarse en una de esas 4 posiciones, por favor díganos para tener elecciones el próximo mes.
But if you don't feel comfortable being an officer and you want to volunteer, I'm actually printing volunteer forms. You guys will sign it if you want to just volunteer your time. And we're going to be having some upcoming, like we're going to be having a fall festival in October, and we need a lot of volunteers.
Pero si no están interesados en esas 4 posiciones, también tenemos otras oportunidades para que ustedes puedan ayudarnos con otras actividades, como el nuevo Fall Festival, también que va a ser en octubre.
Okay, and so also PTO's role is to raise funds for our school, right? So that Peter Piper night this past week, we just raised $340 for our school, which is pretty amazing.
Entonces la meta de nosotros de la organización es para empezar a hacer fundraisers para recibir fondos para nuestros actividades.
Okay.
We also raised $300
from Kona.
Ice as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and so our job as the PTA is PTO, is to make sure that we can provide things for our students, and so buying things like the jump houses that we had at field day, things like that, Kona Ice last year for field day, we paid for that through PTO. And so through your guys' support, we can really work to build that school to home connection, because you guys know your kiddos best. And so by you guys being active and visible, your kids will be wanted to come to those different events.
Queremos reforzar la conexión que tenemos nosotros dentro de nuestros padres a nuestros maestros, con estas oportunidades que le van a ayudar a todos los estudiantes a tener más éxito y oportunidades en la escuela y en el salón.
Anybody have any questions?
¿Preguntas?
If not, or if you want to volunteer, I'm going to bring by a paper copy. You can just sign up. There's different options. Or if you're like, I just want to volunteer 30 minutes, whatever, just make a note, and somebody will be reaching out to you about coming in and helping.
Do you have anybody
So right now we have Jeanette Garcia. She has been kind of the acting president for the past couple of years. We also have Guadalupe Ortega, I believe is her last name. as well. So right now we just have the two, and then Ms. Campos is also helping us on. Yes. And right now, like, I am the treasurer, but I would rather have you guys be the treasurer or the secretary for our club.
Entonces, si no hay preguntas, vamos a pasar una hoja con todas las actividades y oportunidades que ustedes tienen para ayudarnos dentro de la escuela y fuera de la escuela también. Entonces, si están interesados, pueden firmar, marcar, poner apuntes que si ustedes nomás tienen como 20 o 30 minutos para ayudar, nosotros nos vamos a comunicar con ustedes también.
Thank you.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, so then the two positions that are open, if you're interested, would be secretary. And then we do have Ms. Crawford and treasurer, but again, we want parents involved if at all possible. So we have secretary and treasurer that are open if you're interested.
Entonces tenemos el secretario, secretaria o la encargada o el encargado de los fondos monetarios.
All right. So any other questions about? Yeah. We could absolutely, if we had more interest, absolutely, we could do official elections for it.
But it would be a wrestling competition.
It would be who wants to bring Miss Hicks enough Diet Coke? So,
Quick question. Yeah, you know, she just had a baby, the president. I just spoke with her, she was gonna be here. Acaba de tener un bebé, iba a estar aquí. So she still wants that position, but you know, we can even push her to vice president, she can still be involved.
or if we even had enough, we could even have co-presidents as well. So the options are definitely open. We just at this point have only had two parents that have been involved. And so we want more. And so if you guys are interested, please let me know. I'll put my cell phone number up on the screen. You can text me or call me and let me know if you're interested.
The Spanish speakers, para los que saben solamente español, por favor, no quiero que se sienta, ay, pues sí, okay. Okay.
Sí.
You know, so queremos que más que nada ustedes estén involucrados.
Most of the time in meetings, I'm the odd one out that doesn't speak Spanish.
Muchas de las veces soy la que no entiendo el idioma.
Okay, all right, so anybody else? What was I saying before? How do I say it?
Reach out
What
to you.
questions do we have? Huh? No? Okay. So here are, I wanted to put this up. I know it's kind of hard to read. But this will also be in the newsletter that goes home on October 1st. I shared it out on Remind. We had that at the very beginning of September with, at the bottom of it was all of our upcoming events. Mr. Aaron, can you translate? Did you hear?
I did not do that.
I had said upcoming events, I know this is hard to read, but it will also be in the newsletter, the parent newsletter that will come home on October 1st on Remind.
Sí, todos los eventos que ven ustedes aquí van a estar en nuestro newsletter que vamos a mandar o enviar en octubre. Entonces, cada mes vamos a enviar notas por Remind y ustedes van a poder ver todos los eventos que tenemos, las oportunidades para de ayuda que ustedes pueden participar y otros eventos en el calendario también. Entonces, cada mes.
Okay, so one of the, oh, you got it? That's a cool water bottle. You better not lose that. See you later, Mr. Meehan. So the first thing, do you want to talk a little bit about that, Ms. Campos? The Azela training?
El distrito va a tener, it's gonna have a Zella training to explain, is to parents. El distrito va a tener un entrenamiento para los papás para que entiendan más lo que es Azella.
So we'll have, so that'll be next Wednesday. It's on Zoom. So they're at 4 o'clock is the one in Espanol. And then at 5 o'clock is English.
Mañana el miércoles, el de español es a las 4 y el de inglés es a las 5 y todo es that in person or
That's on Zoom. Yeah, that's on Zoom. And so if you are wondering if your student takes the Azela test, you want to make sure to check in with a teacher. So you would have been getting letters that say that your son or daughter has an EL, which is English as a second language classification. So you would have had some kind of information that they were a beginner or pre-emergent, proficient.
todos sabemos que es Azella y all Azella es la prueba que les dan para saber dónde están con su aprendizaje de inglés.
The parent notifications were sent out when there's any problems. The parent ones, parent ones.
El aprendizaje y a lo mejor así sigue avanzando. Entonces va a llegar el día donde ya no van a necesitar más ayuda en este programa.
Y esas letras se mandaron la primera semana de agosto, entonces si no han recibido la letra o si su hijo o hija estudiante no le dio una forma diciendo, oh, ok, estoy en este programa de Azela, de EL, por favor contáctese con nosotros, ahí tienen el celular de la directora. And so those parent notifications for your EL placement, your child's EL placement should have been sent out the first week. And so if you didn't receive it and your child has been in the EL program before, please reach out to us. Or if your child is a kinder and you have not yet received the parent notification for placement, reach out as well.
Next Wednesday is a busy day. We also have our dollar dress down for the month and our Scorpion Scholar Assembly. And if you came to the Scorpion Scholar Assembly, or if you're coming this month, please know that we flip-flopped it. So our young grades, K through 4, will start at 8:30 here in the cafeteria. And then our grades 5 through 8 will be at 9:20 here in the cafeteria. And we will also go live so that on Facebook, you could also watch it if you weren't able to attend.
Entonces tenemos 2 eventos el próximo miércoles, es el dress down, cuando los estudiantes por $1 pueden, evitar el uniforme. Igualmente el próximo Scorpion Scholar Assembly, la otra asamblea, va a ser el miércoles. Ojalá pueden notar que cambiamos las 2 asambleas. La primera va a empezar a las 8:30, va a ser de grados de kinder a 4, y luego después a las 9:20 va a ser de 5º a 8.
Okay, the next important dates are fall break. Oh, sí. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a great question. Yep, absolutely. So the dollar dress down day, obviously we come in our uniforms every day. I just wanted to let you know where the money goes. So that money is going to help our PTO right now, which will help pay for buses, hopefully, and get it into the classroom, like the teacher's hands, to help support the kids. So that's what the money is going for there. Scorpion Scholar is an assembly where each teacher, each general education teacher, selects a student that showed, off the top of my head, I think it's respect, responsibility, fairness, citizenship, trust for that month in their class, as well as a GLOW student of the month, which is growth mindset, leadership, ownership, and wise choices. So they select 2 students to represent their class and they get a certificate. So it's called the Scorpion Scholar Award and the GLOW students. So we have an assembly to honor everybody comes, but the parents of the kids that are getting certificates often like to come.
Entonces es una asamblea donde, oh, no, you're good. Donde saludamos los 2 estudiantes de cada grado, de cada salón que están teniendo bastante éxito. Entonces reciben un certificado, entonces van a ser los estudiantes de kinder hasta el 8 y va a ser 2 estudiantes de cada salón. Entonces ocurre cada mes y les damos la oportunidad de los papás también a venir a la escuela para apoyar y darle saludos a los estudiantes también.
So it's like I think of it like a pep rally where we're here and we're celebrating and we're cheering and we're honoring those that have done really well in that class for that month.
Es como una celebración para todos los estudiantes que están teniendo éxito en el salón en 2 categorías.
We've also been doing drawings for our students they work to get GLOW tickets in their classes throughout the day, and they get their names entered into drawings for showing growth mindset, leadership, ownership, or wise choices. And we do drawings and make it an extra big deal on that day at the assembly.
Cuando tenemos estudiantes que se portan bien, están teniendo éxito en el salón, están completando las tareas, les damos un boleto y ese boleto lo entramos a una rifa y son 2 veces a la semana, pero en la asamblea va a ser una vez donde pueden recibir premios también.
Great question. Does that help?
Oh, the prize, yeah.
So when we draw their name, they get to come up and they win a prize. Yeah, we have a table full of prizes for them to choose. Yeah.
Y si ganan premios, a veces son chips, a veces son juguetes, algo chico para reconocer a los estudiantes.
All right. So the second week of October is going to be fall break. So that's October 10th through the 14th. So we will not have school during that time.
El 10 de octubre hasta el 14 es tiempo de vacación de octubre. Entonces, por una semana no van a entrar los estudiantes a la escuela. Octubre 10 al 14. Entonces, son 5 días.
And then our Cafecito for next month is the 18th, which is again is a Tuesday. We're probably going to move to the library so that we don't have the problem with clubs. We might be able to go to your room. Yes. We'll talk about that. So we'll let you know where it's going to be located.
Y el próximo cafecito va a ser octubre 18. Probablemente va a ser en otro salón, quizás la librería o quizás el salón de la señora Sandra Campas, para evitar todos los eventos que tenemos aquí después de la escuela, los clubs.
Okay, so on October 28th, that's the Friday before Halloween, we will be having the annual Halloween parade where our K3 or K4, K3, our K3 students dress up in their costumes if they'd like to, and the rest of the school comes out and parents and the kids parade through and they get candy.
Okay. Entonces vamos a tener el parade de Halloween donde de kinder a 4th grade, kinder a tercero van a tener sus disfraces. Aquí vamos a tener una línea donde vamos a celebrar a todos los estudiantes y van a recibir dulces y premios chicos también.
We will have the back parking lot open for parents to park in and be able to come inside.
Vamos a tener el parqueadero abierto de atrás para que todos los papás puedan entrar a la escuela con calma y con eficiencia y para que podamos todos celebrar a los estudiantes.
And that will start at 8:30. And if I remember correctly, they take 2 or 3 loops all the way around and then they go back to class.
Entonces va a empezar a las 8:30 y dan 2 vueltas alrededor de la escuela y luego regresan al salón.
And the path that we take is we start down by the 4th grade while they come from their classes. And they walk around the circle, down by the library, around the nurse, and then loop back.
Entonces empiezan en el otro situación, el otro lado de la escuela y vamos a hacer como una vuelta y van a ser 2.
So then that's the Halloween parade. So then that day after school, we are going to be having a fall festival. And so we're really, really excited about this. We will be selling tickets and each of our teachers, our grade levels, will be having different games and different things for the kids to do. So we might have what's it called? The 2-liter toss, where they toss the ring onto the 2-liter. Maybe throwing water balloons if they're principals.
Maybe.
That you're not
Big
gonna
maybe.
translate. Make sure he translates that one.
Right. Yeah. Entonces, ese mismo día, de 5 a 7, vamos a tener el carnaval que tenemos cada año. Todos los fondos que vamos a recibir se van a utilizar para mejorar el ambiente de los salones. Vamos a vender boletos y vamos a tener varios juegos. Hay como juegos como los que ven ahí en el State Fair. Vamos a tener esa noche.
So we will be having also, each of our grade levels are going to be putting together a basket, like a themed basket, that people can buy tickets and put tickets in for a drawing to win that basket. It'll be $1 per ticket.
Que sean parte de este pedacito de mi vida. Anoche se realizó la premier de Andor en México y podrá ser vista a partir de este miércoles.
Yeah.
So we are going to, so you'll be able to win baskets. We'll also be selling food and things of that. So it should be a lot of fun. So we hope to have you there, and there will be plenty of volunteer opportunities if you'd like to come.
Entonces vamos a tener comida, juegos y cajitas de premio que ustedes pueden a comprar boletos para ganarse. Entonces cada grado, el kinder al 8, van a tener su cajita de premios. Y si usted quiere comprar boletos para entrar a la rifa, se me hace que van a ser como $1. You said $1 for the raffle. Entonces vamos a tener varios eventos y varias oportunidades para que ustedes, si quieren ayudarnos manejar esos eventos también.
Okay. And then the last thing on here is on November 18th, which is the Friday before Thanksgiving. We're going to be doing our second annual turkey trot, where before school, we have our students and families can come out and run laps around the North Field. Every lap they run, they get a ticket to put their name in for a drawing at the end of the day to win a turkey. So it was very fun last year. Last year we had a hot chocolate. Our student council is going to be out selling food and drink that morning. So it should be a really fun event. Those of you guys that were here last year, it was a lot of fun.
Entonces, y el último evento va a ser el noviembre 18, que viene siendo el viernes antes del Día de Acción de Gracias, y es una carrera de pavos. Entonces, va a ser nuestra segunda vez donde ustedes pueden participar. Una vuelta alrededor del campo allá, ustedes van a recibir un boleto y van a entrar a una rifa, y si ustedes ganan, van a ganar un pavo para llevarse a su familia. Entonces, entre más vueltas, más tickets, más oportunidades de ganarse ese pavo. Igualmente vamos a tener comida y bebidas para que ustedes puedan disfrutar después de hacer esas vueltas.
My favorite part is when our kindergarten or first grade students win the turkey, and the turkey is almost as big as them.
Se le hizo cómico cuando el año pasado uno de kinder ganó el pavo y el pavo estaba más grande que el de kinder.
So, what questions do we have about any of these events?
¿Preguntas?
See a leader here.
I do too. Do I translate the question?
You don't have to pay so much money out of your pocket to venture your whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And-
Although I know fashion does their own fundraisers every year, but to have some kind of sponsorship for that, when it, like that, certainly, you can. You also have
Fries.
fries and.
Yeah.
They can donate.
And
Mhm.
Or donate cups, or donate.
Yeah.
plates, or donate something. All fabulous ideas. Pero no nos podemos hacer, we could not do a lot of that stuff.
Oh, no. Hold on though.
Oh, I am.
Because no, I wanted the question translated.
I'm going to
so-
translate the question just because, yeah, and then we'll go from there.
Un
Entonces,
momento.
la pregunta era que cómo podemos involucrar la comunidad fuera de nuestra escuela, como las tiendas, los restaurantes, los negocios, para poder donar cosas como comidas, materiales a la escuela para estos eventos, como pavos, comida, bebidas, juegos para estos eventos, o dinero. Entonces, esa fue la pregunta, que cómo podemos nosotros como la escuela involucrar a la comunidad para que nos den más cosas para estos eventos.
So to answer your first question about, for example, the turkey trot. So last year, the turkey trot was totally sponsored by everybody else outside. We didn't spend a dime here from Sunland. So what I did was I wrote a social media post to all of my friends and family, and then shared it with our staff to share with them, to also share with businesses. And so we had about 60 turkeys last year
A lot.
that were all donated. And I think roughly, because again, this was our first time, I feel like roughly 40 or 45 of those were from my friends and family, because they're used to this. I've done this for a number of years at the schools I've been at. So last year, so absolutely.
Entonces, por método de como Facebook, Instagram, TikTok y todo eso, podemos mandar recados a la comunidad diciendo, hey, tenemos esta oportunidad o este evento, tenemos estas cosas que necesitamos, ¿cómo pueden ustedes ayudarnos? El año pasado en la carrera esa de pavo, recibimos 60, como más de 60 pavos donados por gente, por el recado que mandamos nosotros por Facebook. Que varias familias, personas, amigos, vieron ese mensaje y dijeron, oh, nosotros tenemos un pavo que les podemos dar.
I agree. The other thing that we've done is, so our culture cabinet, which is a member from every grade level, you're okay, sweetie, has wrote letters. They have a group of businesses in our area that they've written letters to ask for sponsorship, donations, or partnerships to help support our school, specifically with our GLOW, like drawings, if they want to come and help out here. And so we are working on developing those partnerships.
Entonces, tenemos varias organizaciones que hemos trabajado y vamos a utilizar esos negocios, esas organizaciones para nuestros eventos en el futuro, pero igualmente estamos abiertos a recibir más sugerencias de ustedes también para ayudarnos.
Food City was also the one that they gave us the special low price on the turkeys. There's supposed to be a limit and they did not limit us, which was fantastic last year and saved us a ton of money.
Entonces, la Food City fue el negocio que nos dio una descuenta más grande por porcentaje de compro y no nos dieron limitaciones con todos los pavos y materiales que compramos nosotros. Entonces,
So those are some of the ways that we're working to get the community involved. And also with our STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, we are working on getting even more sponsors to help like with ASU, the Arizona Science Center, and even places around us, like places that have construction companies. Where Mr. Aragon is working hard to develop a partnership so that we've got a bunch of wood. We're going to be building some flower beds. So we are working definitely to branch out into the community.
Aparte o sea, de esos eventos en lo que es las académicas, tenemos nuestros negocios y compañías que nos están ayudando a mejorar la instrucción en los salones, varios negocios como ASU, compañías de construcción y otros miembros de la comunidad nos están ayudando. Igualmente ahorita estamos desarrollando un jardín. Van a empezar ustedes a verlo este jueves y ojalá se acabe la próxima semana para involucrar la comunidad y los estudiantes en esas lecciones.
Okay. What other questions might we have?
Otras
Or
preguntas.
comments or concerns? Yes. So, excellent question. I don't know if you want to translate that.
Ella pagó por
You were one of seven.
Sí,
Pero
yo
only
también,
seven.
I'm one of the seven.
Yeah.
Entonces, ella pagó por la organización de padres y maestros y quiere saber dónde se fue ese dinero, a dónde se fue, pues.
So what we're going to do, we had to have 10 members that had paid and registered by today in order to become a PTA, which is an association. That meant that we were connected with the state. So we did not get that amount. So we will continue to be a PTO, which is fine. We can still fundraise and do all the things. We just don't connect with the state. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna refund the money to the parents, the 7 people with it. So you'll be getting a refund. Ms. Crawford is contacting the state to figure out how we get that money back so that we can take that for it.
So the, for PTO and PTA, the state provide funding for it or what's that one?
Honestly, a lot more rules.
When you're part of it, I know a little bit about this.
Okay.
When you're a PTA, you have to abide by the rules all the way up until the national PTA. There's just specific rules. And you can adjust them how you want to have them here. La pregunta fue qué es la diferencia del PTA, la asociación y la organización. El PTA tiene más reglas, and with the organization, you're still organized. You still have bylaws, you still have, you're in charge of. Be with, you know, oh, absolutely, we still do the handbook. Oh, yeah. It would be, oh, it would be. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we could. So what we're trying to do is get more people involved, but Ms. Compass has been working very hard at getting stuff out to people, Ms. Crawford as well, and we have not been able to get enough. And so at this point, I don't know that it would be, we would need to get more. I think in another year, we'll be in a different place because more families will be involved. But right now, we would have to pay the state, and I don't know that it would help us this year. Does that make sense?
Entonces, si la pregunta fue que si todavía hay tiempo para inscribir a 3 miembros para hacernos una organización, una asociación en vez de una organización. Y como respondió la directora fue que en este momento no sabemos si vamos a recibir 3 más miembros y no sería justo pagarle al Estado la cantidad de dinero para hacernos la asociación, entonces vamos a quedarnos como una organización.
Just so you know, we still have tax ID numbers, we still have a bank account, we still have rules. It's just PA, it's just that we're not following, it's pretty much the same rules. I don't really know. Is there more freedom and more?
With an O?
A little bit, yes. Why would we pay? Okay, I can answer that. I always wanted to be part of the CPA. I was president, and when you're part of the PTA, when you pay the membership, you also have insurance. So there's insurance to the state. So let's say we have an event today, and I break my arm.
See, so like the bouncy houses,
Right,
like,
so,
so there are some benefits, but a lot more.
we can still buy the insurance, I would still recommend that with
Do you want to translate that in Spanish, Andrew? Oh, no, you're good.
No tuvimos, creo que tiempos que se unieran. Vamos a hacer un tipo de o la diferencia pero quizás el año que entra podamos estar bien o no podamos estar. Oh, sí, luego del Estado y de la nación, que como que si tuviéramos un evento de alguien serana o algo, pues que haya cerca. Y en la organización tendríamos que pagar.
But know that one of the goals for the school this year is I talked about this last month, is to get more families involved on campus. So we're having 3 big events that we haven't had in the past. The first one is the Fall Festival. Then we're gonna have a bingo or loteria in January. And then we're gonna have a STEAM showcase the Wednesday of conference week in March. So that we have 2 fun ones and 1 educational one to get more families out and involved.
Entonces, nuestra meta este año es aumentar las oportunidades que tenemos nosotros para involucrar a las familias más en nuestra escuela. Entonces, tenemos 3 eventos, el carnaval de Fall, el evento de lotería y uno académico el próximo año en como en marzo, donde ustedes pueden entrar a la escuela y ver los proyectos de ciencia que estamos haciendo, que están haciendo todos los estudiantes.
So we know as a campus that we want our families back involved. We know that COVID has taken a hit on that, and a lot of the families feel disconnected.
Please send all bus riders to the Ramada. Please send all bus riders to the Ramada.
We know that during COVID, a lot of the parents and families have felt disconnected from the school because we had to be, and we want that connection back. And so that's why we're really making it a focus this year.
Entonces sabemos que por la pandemia, pues la conexión entre escuela y familia se ha derrotado, pero la meta de nosotros este año es aumentar las oportunidades para la familia y para la comunidad también.
Any other questions, concerns?
Sí, entonces la pregunta fue que una manera para aumentar esa conexión y reforzar esa conexión entre familia y papás sería darles las oportunidades a los papás a entrar a la escuela como era el año pasado y el año antepasado para subir la comunicación entre escuela y papá.
So to answer your question, it's, and I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but parents are allowed on campus. They just have to check in at the office. They're not allowed to walk kids to their classroom. And that's not gonna change, and that's not supposed to be just a Sunland thing, because that is a safety issue to have the gates wide open. So that's one of the reasons that we put the gate in by the office, is to work at increasing the security for the safety of the kids.
Entonces, no nomás es la escuela de Sunland, pero es todas las escuelas del distrito de Roosevelt. La meta del distrito fue de aumentar la seguridad en todas las escuelas. Entonces, los papás tienen la oportunidad de entrar a la escuela, nomás que no pueden caminar a sus hijos al salón. Y esa es póliza nueva del distrito de Roosevelt para asegurarnos y reforzar la seguridad de la escuela, de los estudiantes y de las familias también.
But if you are wanting to go to the classroom during the day and drop off, like I just had a parent that was on campus today bringing pizza for their class party, so he went down to the room. I had another parent whose child was misbehaving, and they asked if they could go sit in the classroom all day because they didn't want their kid to act like that anymore. So they went and sat in the class all day. So we just set it up with the teacher at a time for that. But yeah, absolutely, you are allowed. You can volunteer on campus and do your.
You know, like, not allowed. I can go drop their kids off. You know, I take my daughter to that, so, you know, like, you see it, you know, like, there's teachers out there, they don't know that, like, they're volunteering for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna translate. Yeah,
Yeah.
a veces hay un malentendido como ella ha visto otros papás que están ayudando dentro de la escuela, entonces sería trabajo de nosotros para comunicarnos, para que nos haya ese malentendido, porque pues no es justo de que los papás que están esperando afuera están viendo, oh no, aquí tenemos varios papás o mamás que están adentro de la escuela con sus hijos. Entonces es a resolver ese malentendido, porque ustedes sí tienen la oportunidad, nomás que tienen que chequear con la oficina primero.
There are often in the morning, and part of the thing that it's hard to explain, and I understand what you're saying. So like if a parent parks in the back, but has a meeting with me in the office, they might walk in from the back. So it looks like they're getting special privileges, or they're walking to Ms. Compass room because they need uniforms, or they're coming to pick up food in the morning, so they're walking on with their kids.
But everybody has to go with the officers, check in, give us a sticker. And then a lot of us have, we work here, so they have our kids here too. So that can probably.
Yeah, so I think maybe just making sure that we make it known, more about where you have, again, the biggest thing is knowing who's coming onto campus to keep our kids safe. And, it's really about making sure they check in at the office. So that's the biggest. And then but unfortunately, so let's say that you came in from the back in the morning and you checked in at the office, and then you were volunteering in Ms. Compass, you would then get locked in. So a teacher or a staff member would have to walk you back out. So like if you were going with Ms. Compass would walk you back off campus and get back to your car.
Entonces, tienen la oportunidad de entrar a la escuela. A veces hay oportunidades para apoyar a los estudiantes, eventos y todo eso, pero tenemos que chequear nosotros en la oficina primero. Le damos un un sticker que dice visitor, y a veces hay malentendidos porque hay papás o mamás guardias que entran a la escuela y van a recibir comida en nuestro food bank o van a recibir ropa en el salón de Mezcampas, o a veces hay familias que se quedan porque tienen juntas con la directora o conmigo o con Sandra, y por eso a veces hay ese malentendido que esa gente está dentro porque nosotros no.
I mean, and kids and parents are crisscrossing like this. I brought this up back in the past, prior. If there's a way that the city walk there, that area is terrible with traffic, especially at the beginning of the school day and the school day. And I feel really bad for the city being out there, this heat, burning yourself, you know, and I sympathize, I really do.
Hold on, can we translate? Hold on.
Sí, entonces el problema es del estacionamiento y recojo de los estudiantes en los dos lados, que hay bastantes tráfico y hay mamás y papás que no siguen las reglas y que andan cruzando, y a veces se frustran ustedes y nosotros también cuando eso pasa.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then, and even people who are not coming with that state of mind for that one moment, get into that situation because.
Well, but part of the problem is the idea behind Sunland. And again, we're all working to improve. It's significantly better than it was last year, and we're continuing to work on it, right? It's better now than it was, you know, the first 2 weeks of school. So we're getting better with it. But the idea is that the staff members at the gates have to they have to pay more attention to the cars than the people walking up. But we don't want that. We don't want you parking. We want you in the drive. Can you translate that?
Sí, entonces la idea fue que qué tal si tenemos un compromiso o una oportunidad de trabajar con la iglesia, y ella dijo que no quiere eso porque no quiere que se estacionen los papás, queremos que se mueva la línea rápido.
So that's the idea, because what slows us down is the parents at the gate that are not walkers. That's what really slows everything down. So that's why it takes so much longer. Hold on, can she translate that real quick?
Lo que hace que la línea se mueva más despacio es los papás y los mamás que están ahí en la cerca, que no son los que caminan los estudiantes a su casa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had this conversation on Friday about
Mhm.
and it blocks traffic, it's not so fine, but it also goes back to the people.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, so that's the, it's both sides.
yeah, and also, like, maybe down, you know, and we'll walk and go with and here's that car right here.
See, it's the same mom from the beginning of the week, I think.
And it just doesn't move.
Yep.
And everybody's parked way back there. And then now there's traffic coming the other way. She goes around, and everybody going around.
Yes,
So I-
it's, yeah.
I'm having a conversation with
So, and,
There's
you know,
a chance that I don't know if this falls back to the city or who it falls back to. But that ramp in the back is also very hazardous for the cars that are coming back out.
That's in the back lot.
Back
The,
lot.
you know how like there's that
Oh.
raised dirt lot that belongs to
Yeah,
the,
yeah. So, absolutely, that is horrible. So we are in the works with the city. So it's, the project is in route, like it's working to be funded. So they've already, I don't know if they've purchased that horrible hill thingy already, that piece of land, or if they're waiting on that, but they're purchasing that, flattening it, widening the road, adding sidewalks.
entonces están trabajando para anivelar ese, parece que es una montaña, ¿no? Ahí en el parqueadero de atrás. Ella no sabe si ya la ciudad o el estado ha comprado el lote para anivelarlo, pero el proceso ya está empezado. Se me da que empezaron el año pasado y la meta es de anivelar ese lote para ayudar el tráfico.
So we are also working on getting them out to get a crosswalk in the other. So my guess, if I were a betting person, I would say this time next year, Chambers would be better. That's my guess. Because, what? Well, that's why I'm guessing a year. Because if it were us, it would be done significantly quicker. But because we're relying on the city, my guess is
So
a
is
year.
there any way that the parents can get together, like even the PTO organization and put pressure on the city?
No, it's, so they've already done that, which is why we got to the table. So people complained enough that we got to the table. So I met with Dr. Boyce. We have this, like, I've already had meetings about it, so. I don't know. if you want- No.
Yeah, I just my very parents. What about the parents that pull up in the middle of the street
Oh.
and get dropped off? Us parents been there 40 minutes and can't move because they're dropped off in the middle of the street.
Or the ones that cut you off, like they come and they feel like they want to park in front of everybody that's waiting.
Yeah, and they dropped off and go in front of them. The kids are coming.
Preach on, like I get yelled at all the time when I kick people out from there, but sorry. you wanna-
I'm gonna try.
I don't know if you want to translate that.
I find it really unfair that the ones that are following the directions that you have. And then there's the other parents that go around and feel like they have some kind of privilege. They're getting dropped off and then like my turn. And then I know when I was walking with my kids and they come up, I see the whole crowd. The gate is on that. And I'm like, should it be like a line at least from kinder to first to the first graders? So that
Yes, but let me tell you about the parents that refuse to listen and won't get in line and will then cuss you out and just refuse. I'm getting my child anyway. So anyway, that's a whole separate, so it is. Yeah, and so. Yeah, so one thing that I've requested is the police to come out to traffic the area. And they have come by a couple times. Like I had a fire truck park a parent in that was being extremely disrespectful, and parking the wrong way on the wrong side, on the other side of the road. So I had them park them in so then they could get out. So we're trying. He said, "Where do you want me to park?" It was the first day of school. He said, the firefighter said, "Where do you want me to park?" I said, "Right up there by that person's bumper." They weren't happy with me. Yes, yes. If y'all want to come and help, I will order all of the vests that you want.
I'll be recording that, all right?
Hold on, let's what.
Entonces, dijeron que si hay oportunidades de los papás de nosotros para ayudar y apoyar allá en la situación del parqueadero, utilizando chalecos y todo eso.
Because even if you want to just stand, like, part of the thing is if I stand on the other side of the road over on Sunland, or if I'm out on the corner at Chambers and Fifth, that means I'm not somewhere else, like I can't, do you know what I mean? So the person that's parking in line and holding everybody up, like I can't be down there. So if we had extra bodies, I could absolutely put them there and we could be in other places, but yeah. I mean,
Alright, so are we knocking on their window?
I knock on windows,
I was gonna say the same thing though.
Yeah.
But my comment is different, completely different to what, for today's conversation. It's regarding Kona Ice, actually.
oh, we're not gonna talk about Kona Ice right now. We're gonna do Kona Ice later, because it's already
I-
4:30 and I have volleyball in 15 minutes.
The only reason why I wanna bring it up is because I was one of the parents that stood up right next to three different teachers
Bless you.
and helped them to organize that
Bless you.
line. The students
Bless you.
did not listen. They
We're
didn't-
we're
I
just,
feel like they should be addressed into that.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So just to, because you can translate the fix. So to fix Kona Ice in the future, what we will do is do it during the lunch time so that only the grade level is going and we don't have that rush like we did at the end of the day. So that will help to fix it in the future when we have Kona.
Para mejorar el evento de Kona Ice, en el futuro vamos a tenerlo durante el tiempo de lonche para que solo los grados como kinder primero puedan comprar y recibir los helados para evitar el tráfico que tuvimos la semana pasada.
So then kinders would be out there with kinders and their teacher. Every class would have a certain time to go.
I felt that.
I felt bad for the parents and the staff members that were trying to control it. It was
Well,
hard.
there was Mr. Raisa and this other teacher, and they were not listening to any of
I
us.
know.
It was-
They wanted their ice.
I
So,
feel like the students should be addressed.
oh, absolutely.
And we acknowledge that when there's people trying to coordinate, especially parents.
They acted like they've never had Kona Ice in their life. Like there's not people with snacks out here behind, you know,
Yeah.
every day.
Because we left the line, it was full for
I know.
me, and we just left.
They did. They act like there's not people selling every single day, especially our junior high. They lost their minds. They really did.
One more thing.
yeah.
In case she doesn't know, like, how do they know how their child is?
Oh, there is a, you want to,
Yeah, ¿cómo va a saber su hijo, el estudiante que ha recibido un premio para la asamblea escolar?
so each staff member has a little notification, like a flyer to go home to notify the families.
Cada maestro va a mandar una nota con el estudiante para darle notificación que ha recibido ese premio o ese certificado.
If you are not signed up on the teacher's remind, make sure that you ask for that so that you can get signed up. That's the best way that we communicate as a staff, as well to all of our families, as well as the teachers to the families.
Si no tiene la aplicación Remind, una aplicación que utilizamos nosotros para comunicarnos con los papás, por favor, contáctese, comuníquese con el maestro o la maestra.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. As I said, if you guys want to come out and you want to volunteer even one day a week and you're like, you know what? I don't work on Wednesday mornings until 9. So I'll come out from 7:30 to 8 and just stand outside for it. We will. We will. I'll get you a Diet Coke. You don't like Diet Coke? Well, it's for your family. It's not for you if your family's coming out, but so we would love to have you again. You know, whatever you can help with, we would love to. We'll need, the biggest thing right now would be the Fall Festival, which is October 28th, and that's from 5 to 7. We would need help with setup, time during the event, like selling tickets, and then you know, tear down. So if you have any time that you want to come in half hour early, stay from 5 to 5:30, let us know.
Si tienen tiempo para ayudarnos en el carnaval de octubre, por favor comuníquese con nosotros si pueden ayudar 10, 15, 20, 30 minutos antes del evento, durante o después del evento sería bueno para nosotros.
Do you guys have any questions online? Comments, concerns?
No.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Is this Santana's mom?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. How can I help?
Oh, no, I don't have any questions.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We hope, have a good night.
Good night.
Que tengas un buen noche.
Tú también.
Lo siento. Gracias. Mi español